Hi guys, it's Coach Robin here with Journey to Fitness. Tonight I want to talk to you guys about how to use a pendulum. So I don't know if you know what that is, but basically a pendulum can be nothing more than a weight at the end of a string. So if maybe you have a decision to make, but you're not sure which way to go, or maybe you have a question, you can't figure out the answer, well, your higher self knows the answer, even if you don't realize it. And there are lots of ways to tap into your higher self, but today we're going to talk about pendulums. So, as I said, it can be nothing more than a weight at the end of a string, like they look like this. But again, showing you this most beautiful one. There's so many beautiful crystal and different metal ones being made and sold that there's tons to choose from, and they're all very beautiful. So this one's my favorite one that I have because it has a Merkaba on it, and I have a Merkaba on me, on my tattoo, if it's hard to see, in the middle there. A Merkaba is like sacred geometry, and it means a vehicle to enlightenment. And most of the time I think people refer to it metaphorically. However, I did watch one thing saying that it may have been an actual vehicle for Atlanteans, if you believe in that kind of stuff. So anyway, metaphorically we'll go. So pendulums aren't new. Pendulums and dowsing and things like that, divining, have been used throughout history to locate water, gems, gold, and other valuable items. In Europe, early scientists and doctors would use pendulums to locate infections in weak areas of the body, and also determine the gender of unborn infants. People trust their pendulums enough to guide them through the hardest times of their lives, right? So one example is during World War II, Colonel Kenneth Merrilies used his pendulum to locate deeply buried bombs. And miners from South Africa will also employ pendulists to help them locate precious minerals in the earth. So as you can see, they have a long history. So the first thing you want to do is choose your pendulum. You can find your pendulums like this at local spirit shops and psychic fairs, and also online, and I've put a link in my blog for Amazon. If you're local, Angel Essentials in Bedford has a big selection of pendulums, but they haven't updated their website with that yet, so they do have them even if you check my link there and you go on. It won't be probably in the products, or I guess it's a product section, but they do have them, so they're just in Bedford on the highway there. You'll want to choose one that you really think is beautiful. If you're attracted to it, you may want to hold the crystal in your hand to see if you feel any energy, like vibration or heat coming off of it. So you might just decide, oh, this one, a lot of times you just feel like this is totally for me. You just know, right? So once you choose your pendulum, you'll need to connect with it. And you shouldn't let other people use your pendulum because their energy gets in it, and then it might affect the outcomes of your questions and things like that. So yeah, if you happen to let someone else use it, you might want to cleanse it, which you can do. Hi, Drina. You can do it through, you can light some incense and put it through the incense smoke, or light some sage and put it through that. You can leave it on a selenite slab, which is a super cleansing crystal, or you can put it on your windowsill or outside when there's a little like that to cleanse it. Excuse me. Oh yeah, now I'm wiggly. Okay, so now when you ask pendulums a question, they're going to move either in one of four directions. They'll move like back and forth, or side to side, or clockwise, or counterclockwise, which probably looks backwards to you, but it was right for me. And you'll have to figure out what each one means to you. So the first way to go about that would be to ask the pendulum questions that are all yes answers that you know. So you hold your pendulum in your hand like this, and normally you have your elbow on the table, and make sure your legs and feet are uncrossed because that can block your higher self to giving the answers that you're looking for. So feet uncrossed, legs uncrossed, elbow on the table. I'm going to pretend it's on the table because I can't put my camera that way. And I'm going to ask it, is my name Robin? So it's just going back and forth. So that's, I'm going to do a few more just to be sure, but if you're checking, then that would be yes. So back and forth. So then the next one I'll ask it is, am I a female? Again, back and forth. So this is my pendulum, so I know what it's going to do, right? But when you first get when you wanna do that. Yes, you know what? This actually, there's a good story about this pendulum. I love it, and I think it's beautiful. And I hung it in my car off the rearview mirror. So it was there for quite some time, and then one day I was driving and it just like flew off. So I put it back, and it flew off again. And then I was just like, "Do you want to be hanging in the car?" And it was like, "Nope." I was like, "Okay, I think you should come in the house with me then." So yeah. So back and forth, this way is yes for me, this way will be no if I tried it out. And then it can also say things like, I don't know, or I don't want to answer that right now. So that would be a clockwise or a counterclockwise. And you can just ask me, you could just ask it to show me I don't know. Show me I don't know. See how it's going in a circle there, right? So clockwise is I don't know, and the other way would be I don't want to tell you right now. So when it says something, when it shows you those kinds of signs, that just means that it's not connected enough to give you a valid answer right now. So maybe you need to, like, say you wanted to know about, was this the right person for me to be, you know, in a relationship with or something like that. You may want to sit down and sort of just close your eyes, breathe, and focus on the person and think about the good parts of them and the bad parts of them. Not the bad parts, but the not so favorite parts, I guess, sort of all of them, and then come back to it and ask it again, and it might be more clear then. What else? And my dog's crying to get in. If he comes in, he'll cry to get out. All right, so, okay, next one is if you want to use your pendulum to find a lost object, for example. I've lost, my dog is a little shit. He loves to run away. If he gets out of the house, he just takes off. He has no concept of the street or anything. And even if we get near him and catch him, he like gets down like this. And then you try to catch him. And as soon as you get near him, he takes off again because he thinks it's a big game. And it's like a good 2-hour hell trying to get him. When we got our dog, I was all gung-ho to go. I know all my friends know this story because I'm so annoyed about it. But I paid for obedience lessons and everything, but my kids were like 8, 11, and like 13 or something. And so we had this cute little puppy, and every time I tried to reprimand him for doing something wrong or he wasn't supposed to do, like chewing or whatever, the kids would just be like, "Oh, mommy," pick him up. "Oh my God, he's so cute. How can you get mad at him?" And I'm like, "You're ruining the training." And I'm calling my husband right out on this one. I made sure the lessons were on Sunday because that's his day off. And halfway through, he's like, "I don't want to spend my Sundays going to lessons and whatever." So we ended up only going to 5 of 10 lessons. And as a result, we have a little Helion, my beautiful dog. He's cute and he's good and he's mellowing in his age because he's about 6.5 now. But I really wish we would have stuck to the training because he has no recall or anything. So yeah, he just takes off. So at this time, one time he took off. So I used my pendulum to find him. So you have to ask the pendulum like yes or no questions. You can't be like, "Where's my dog?" Like the pendulum can't answer that. So it would be like, I would go to the street. Is he left or right? You know, is he gone in the direction of left? And then it would be yes or no. And then I went up that way, and it was like, okay, did he go down the path? Yes or no? And like, is he on the street? Or you know what I mean? So I was able to find him that way. And it's the same kind of thing like with your keys and stuff, but it's like, are my keys on this level of the house, or are they out in the car, or like yes or no, right? And then you go from there. What else? What else? Oh yeah, okay, so you can also use a pendulum mat, which looks like this. So as you can see, like, repeat the question is this way, so it swings back and forth between the two words that are the same, so that gives you your answer. And then say you want to, but there's also letters and numbers on here, so you can actually get it to spell it. So it would be like you would start out asking yes or no questions, and then, right? So, did someone steal my keys? And it might go yes. And then you'd say, was it a male? No. Was it a female? Yes. And then, can you spell the name? Or don't say, can you spell the name? Because it's going to say yes. So then you can just say, spell the name. And then it will do one letter at a time, and you can spell it out. And then be sure to confirm your answer, like, oh, it's Emma. Is it Emma? And it'll be like back and forth, yes or no, or whatever. So that is a little more in-depth of way to do it. So over time you might collect lots of different pendulums, or a few different pendulums, and you might be drawn to certain crystals for certain questions. Like if you had a pendulum with, say, well, this here actually is rose quartz, and this is the crystal of love. So you might want to use your rose quartz one if you're doing a question about a relationship or things like that. Or also you could use ones that are red for the root chakra and the passion. So whatever. Or if you're wanting to be protected or worried about someone, you might choose one with like a black crystal, like black tourmaline or something, because black is a protective crystal. So we do that. What else? What else? Also, you might just find yourself drawn to a certain kind of crystal all the time. Like for me, I find myself drawn to the chakras. I have this, and I have my chakra bracelet. I don't know why. I don't just seem to be drawn to it. I have my incense burner that has all the chakras on it, and my daughter got me a beautiful big wooden thing for the wall with all the chakras, with all the symbols inside, so I like that. I love it. And then I also have my little chakra baggie. But now my friend Vanna, she is like all about amethyst everything, and it's just like she's just drawn to that crystal for some reason. So you might just find yourself drawn to a certain kind, and just pick the one that feels right with you, right for you at the right time, at that particular time rather. What else do I have for you guys? I put a list of books on my blog that I recommend. I have this one, Pendulum Magic for Beginners. I also have on there the Practical Pendulum book by Dr. Jurians. I can't spell his last name, or I can't say it. And the Great Pendulum book by Petra Sonnenberg. So those ones I recommend, and they're on my blog. And yeah, so that's all about pendulums. If you guys have any questions about that, or you want to learn more, by all means check out my blog, send me a message. I'll be happy to help you. And yeah, later this week, I was going live every day, but I think I'm gonna cut it down to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because it gets a little crazy doing that every single day. So later this week, I'm going to talk more about crystals, how to program your crystals, and I had another, how to program your crystals, and what other one? I don't know. You'll have to wait and see, I guess, because I can't think of it right now. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you are interested in this, and if you are, just shoot me a message, and we'll talk soon. Bye!